times. Let's go. Buenas noches, bienvenidos. Estoy aquí con mi amigo Loris Armendariz desde Nuevo Mexico.
¿Cómo está, Jalik?
Yeah, we're going to talk about Iron Legacy some more. This is part 2. Make sure you guys, for the people that's on the playback, make sure you get a chance. If you haven't seen part 1, make sure you make sure you go look at the first part. And then now I said we would do part 2 because he has the from what I know, unless somebody done something that we're not aware of. Luis is the owner of Iron Legacy Band Dogs, but he has some Lee Robinson blood. So this is the first breeding that I know of double Onyx. So we just gonna talk about that and just kick it and have some fun. So let me look at the comments who up in here. Jo, what's happening? Yeah, what's happening? Yeah, so what's new, man? Have you since the last time I seen you, have you ran into any
How's it going?
Have you ran into any sea monsters or any UFOs or anything? Have you been to Area 51 since I seen you?
Well, it's been just a little bit active, but nothing crazy. Just the usual. Things are pretty normal.
Some spaceships. So yeah, so take us back. So for those who don't know, are you still doing the park ranging?
No. I'm doing business on my own. Doing a little bit of this and that here and there, and
not to mention the dogs. You be having the tires. You be having the tires. Do you also have equipment for dogs, like slap mills and stuff?
You know what? I'm looking into it because I want a one size can do it all. I'm gonna have a few made, and I might be selling a couple too if they turn out what I want them to be. So that's on the works in the short term,
slap mills. So with this double Onyx breeding, so tell us about. Let's first tell us about the sire name is Garindio. For those who don't know, Garindio is the litter mate of Vicious and Hair Trigger from Lucky 7 and Onyx. So tell us about Garindio, because I'm gonna bring up his picture in a minute. He looks like Lucky 7, but he's red, right?
He's a replica, and from what I've spoken with Lee, temperament-wise, it's a replica. He's about 90 pounds, 95, around 90 when he's lean. Very large dog, very muscular, lots of drive. And I am learning more about that type because he seems to be a lot more tolerant, of animals, but his drives are insane. When he gets hooked, when he catches a little bit of that trigger, it's on. So I really like that. Really like his skin, very tight skin. And is doing good in the heat. We've had days over 95, close 95 to but below 100. So starting to see that side of him, and the pups are doing good too in those temperatures. They just turned a month old.
Right.
They just turned.
So it was born April 15th.
That is correct.
What's the date? Today's the what? The 18th. So they almost 5 weeks old then, right?
4 weeks going into 5. That is correct.
Yeah. Garindio. So Garindio was big. So Garindio was, see, that litter, the males was big because Vicious was almost 100 pounds too.
I'm not sure about the other ones. They look pretty large.
Yeah. Lucky 7.
He throws big, man. He throws big, and so does Onyx. Onyx throws big too. But size. Yeah, I mean it's within what I think performance-wise a sweet spot for the males.
So that's your sweet spot for males, 90 pounds. That's what you like?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I like I like the females to be the largest and males to be the. I don't know. It's kind of like a personal thing, but
I got
yeah, a large male under 105, I think is good.
you. Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I didn't know Grindio was that big. Yeah, but you
he's
said he got
big, man.
crazy drives. But you said he's a little bit more tolerant of animals than
Yeah.
than Karma.
See, I'll share this with you, and then my daughter's dog got out. The pet dog, and he always gets out. And he knows better to stay away from Karma and her other pup. But man, 3 days ago, he was playing out there with Indio. Man, they were having fun, and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I mean, it could have, gone
Oh,
the other way, but they were playing, and it's like, well, I didn't expect that.
wow. Okay.
And and on the other hand, I mean, Indio is short for word Indio, but um, those excessive drives, man, during the day, 3 hours barking, trying to get a twig or airplane,
Yeah.
uh, butterflies, you name it, he goes crazy.
Wow. Okay. Now, but his so what about Karma? Tell us about Karma.
Arma, she's a very good mom. Um, the litter, it was 8 at first. I lost 2 during the first 2 days.
Okay.
So it's down to 2 males and 4 females. It's a good number, in
Okay.
my
That's
opinion.
four females. Yeah, that's real good.
They're looking very healthy, good size. She takes good care of them. Uh, but something I've never seen before with Karma, she try to like keeps the lightest fawn isolated, a female. I don't know why. She
Wow.
she I mean, she stands out as her being the lightest one, but she kind of like babies her too. I don't know if it's like a favorite. She's like her favorite, or
That's interesting.
yeah. I've never seen that,
So
but sometimes I have to keep an eye on that.
do you think do you think she senses weakness in her, or what you think?
No, I think okay. Like the biological opinion and or what I think is happening is, in order to produce milk, she needs to hear him cry, and she's the one that cries the most. So I
Oh,
think that stimulates milk production or something, and then she isolates her, but she still gives her the tit too. So
okay.
she's not neglecting her, but
Okay.
it's so just something that I've never seen before. But
Yeah, that's really interesting right there.
mhm.
That's definitely
I
really
don't know
interesting.
if
Yeah.
anybody else might have experienced something like that,
So
but
that's him right there. That's the sire, Garindio. What y'all call him? Indio,
Indio, yeah,
Indio.
yeah, that's what we call them.
So that's Indio. Indio is big, big like his big like vicious. That's that lucky seven blood. And we was debating that lucky seven blood, how the kids turn out. And he's 90, you said he about 93 pounds, all muscle. You got that boy in
Yep,
shape looking like a linebacker.
that's right.
You got that boy looking like a linebacker right there. So that's good Indio. And he was bred to Karma. How big is Karma? Let me see if I can. That's Onyx right there, right?
That's
Yeah.
Onyx. Yeah, that's Onyx.
Karma looked just like her though.
Norma's about 85. I'm sorry, 75.
Okay.
Maybe well, she's lightweight right now, but at least that's where I like her.
And she got like almost she got the all black too. So she got 3 black, two.
They're brindles, but in fact, that really dark one is the female I've been eyeballing ever since week 3.
Oh,
She
okay.
she kind of like barks every time, like she's got an attitude,
Oh,
and
okay.
and there's some sort of matrilineal phenotype going on with that female, then Karma, and then Onyx, and then Widow. Um,
Yeah.
they're dark brindles too. Not that it matters, but um, they got a lot in common.
So
phenotype.
you know what? Widow did look kind of, yeah. Widow. That come to think of it, she was brindle, but she looked more black.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
you're
I
right
think
about that.
Onyx was like that too.
Yeah, yeah, because
The
Onyx.
little speck on the chest.
Yeah, Onyx. But let me see. What about their grandma? She was brindle, right? Tiggy.
Piggy, yeah, I
I
think it
think
was
he
like
was.
a. She was definitely a brindle.
Yeah, she was
So
definitely
there's something going on. Just an observation. The matrilineal lineage is kind of
so that's
coming
so that's
along.
so that's who you leaning towards as far as the puppy.
It's not why, but I mean, she's again, not that it matters, but she's the runt. She's
Oh,
the
she a
smallest
runt?
one. Hmm.
'Cause they look kind of. She don't look small. She look big to be a runt. To be honest with you.
It's her and the other fawn, and I like them both. I think the light fawn, the one that gets picked on, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
I think she's showing a lot of her sire side. So I'm not sure if there's gonna be like the in betweens in temperament, but I think it's gonna be more of a instead of a bell curve in occurrence, it's more be more like a U valley, having more frequencies on like say the civil and more like the pit bull. So
That's what's your ideal if you could exactly predict the temperament that your pick puppy would be. What qualities do you want them to have?
you know what? I mean, of course, I like civil,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the in betweens are very good that way.
Like
I
what? So
mean,
what you mean by that? So civil, but what? A little calm? What you mean?
more no like more concealable if you want to call it that, more manageable, more easily to control.
Oh, okay, okay, I
Because
got
there's some that they're just ready to go, and karma's like that, and I like it.
you.
But
Yeah,
you know what? But it's always you always have to be on her. It's like,
be
hey.
real again. You
Mhm.
mind changing? They can't see you in the camera.
Sorry.
Yeah, we can't see you in the. Yeah.
Yeah, the screen
So
is.
my man Jo had a question. He said, "Do you have dogs that aren't Sentinel dogs, and how do they compare?"
Um. Well, what I started with was not. It was my own kind of thing when I started out. Um. Petro was my starter dog. He was a bull and mastiff,
Mhm.
extremely large, like 135. Um. From what I can remember, the breeder's name was Gutierrez,
Mhm.
and those dogs came from the mining towns of the state of Chihuahua,
Oh,
where
okay.
I'm from.
Okay.
And there's a lot of British influence from back in the day, working the mines,
Oh, wow. Okay.
and I think that's how those mastiffs got there.
Okay.
But anyways, that was the bull mastiff. Petro Mango's dam was Pearl, and it was more of Amstaff, different approach.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Okay.
they were very drivey. It's just the gameness where it was just not there, and that's where I started looking into these dogs.
Oh, okay. So shout out to Lee Robinson. I was telling people that even if you got your own bando program, make sure you hit up Lee. You can stud or buy a puppy, however you want to do it, because as you can see, Onyx and tomorrow, just as a prelude, because we're gonna debate tomorrow Onyx versus Halo. We're gonna do that live
Oh man,
tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna debate that live because so tell us more about Karma. So she only of course she cool with you and your children and your family, right?
that's it.
And nobody else is like she
That's
don't
it.
put
You know what? With karma, the interesting aspect, and to tie it with who asked the question? Carlos, was it, or uh,
Jared did. Jo, yeah.
Theo?
That's, how do they compare to you? Some yeah.
The mastiff is where, in fact, I might start um, looking for more of a like it'd be a challenge, to work to start out with mastiffs and make them, real mastiffs, band dog mastiffs, like what they should be. But anyway, it's a whole different topic. But that was my original idea with working with the bull and mastiff and putting more, athletic traits. And that's where Karma and the sire come from, the Tango side.
Yeah.
So it's more of a mastiff approach, a much cleaner mastiff, and with Onyx, and that's where WCS came in.
West Coast Sentinel, yeah.
West Coast Sentinels. He did that breeding. It was a very good breeding. Very pups were phenomenal. I got to see them all. And then on the other end, you got Onyx and the Game Blood, Lucky 7. So, I mean, you can actually start a whole bloodline right there with Onyx.
So speaking of mastiff, it's funny you said that because Jo has a mastiff from David Ishii. I'm sure you know who David Ishii is. Midgard Mastiffs. And she's a beast. Griselda is something special, bro. She different, bro. I'm telling you. And Jared, to tell you, he was on here like a couple weeks ago, and she's like athletic. I mean, she putting marks on a decoy, and she only like a year or something. So
Big
yeah,
dog,
yeah, Griselda is serious though. So maybe will you consider adding that more mastiff to that one?
David, it's easy program. I mean, I remember it from years back. Not sure what he's doing recently, but I really like his mastiffs. I mean, they're a good representation of type, in my opinion.
Because
it work.
Because you feel like it's difficult to find some reliable mastiffs that fit into your program.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we talked about that, Neo. I've had a few mastiff types. In fact, one of my favorite ones was Shadow, litter mate to Tango.
Okay.
But things happen. I did test her; she did great. But I lost her. Pyomitra.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay. Who is this talking about that? Yeah.
But she wasn't a great example of what a mastiff should be.
Yeah. Because I heard they out there. I heard you just got to look. You know what I mean? You can find some. Jared looked like he definitely got something special. So let me ask you this: what's your ideal if you could be exact with your measurements? How much pit bull blood and how much mastiff blood what's ideal for you?
I'll tell you what it's not about percentages, but I mean, Onyx is a good base. If you look at Onyx's content of, if you look at Karma's and Onyx's content of pure American pit bull blood, it's not very much, and it's much less in Karma. And they both act the same. So what I'm trying to say there is that percentage-wise, it's not a true indicator of temperament or character. But type, I think, is what matters at the very end. And the type I'm looking for right here is Onyx with game on one side, and then Onyx with mastiff on the other side.
Okay.
So in fact, I'm eyeballing one of the male pups because I might have a mastiff in there too. I could be wrong, but I suspect. You see the large male? He's always sleeping. He's lazy.
Oh, him right, the one right
growing.
There, right there that you just touched.
Yes.
Okay.
And he just stands there. He's not showing much personality yet, but those larger dogs take a little bit more to.
So you wouldn't mind him like that? You think he had the jaws to work though, or you think he'd just be chilling? Do you like that? Is that what you would pick?
he was taking punishment and just not moving. He would just take it. Uh, he would not respond or anything. So that tells me that uh, there might be some good nerve.
Right.
But I mean, there's
Kind of big too. They big to me. They only 4 weeks old. They kind of big.
they are. I mean, there's only 6 of them, so that's why that's one of the
Yeah.
pros of a
Them,
litter that size.
them boys probably get up to 100 pounds. Then if you got double Onyx, you got Onyx coming in twice. So if you got Onyx coming in twice, you also got Justice and Widow coming in twice. So
So
those
there might
puppies,
be there might be a big or a
yeah.
few big ones.
Because I think Onyx herself is almost 100 pounds. So if the female is 100 and the yeah, that's well, Karma is a little smaller, but still, I think when you double up on like a dam or a sire, I think it adds more size to it, depending on who the sire was or the dam was that you're doubling up on. Like
Yep.
if you double up on Frankie Bump, then the puppies would be small, kind of like Rocco. That's what I'm just suspecting, you know. But if this one, so those would be a nice puppies right there.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Frankie Bump throws small dogs either. I mean, he throws big too. Um.
I'm talking about his grandkids.
Okay.
When you double up,
Yep. Yep.
like Rex and Nova,
It'll
that's
bring up
Rocco. Rocco was nice. He just small.
Nova. Nova is another Onyx. That's right.
Yeah,
Onyx.
yeah, yeah. I like
Frankie.
Nova, and I think you know what Ranger is gonna be taking the Nova soon too. I think Lee is gonna do that. For
That's a
those who just coming in, I got my man Luis Armendariz representing Nuevo Mexico. He got the first reported double Onyx breeding, even though he's outside of Lee Robinson. So once again, shout out to Lee Robinson for producing things that can work inside and outside of his program. So um what are some tests have you done so far to do it? Because I like to know, I like to learn. Like, okay, I can add this to my bag. Or what are some tests you've been doing so far, man? Because you look like you got a lot of tricks, man. You look like a magician up back in there in
Oh,
Arizona, man.
um, I've been spraying them with the hose a little bit. See how
Mhm.
they respond to it. Um, been trying to like sneak up on them too. Uh, smashing plates a little bit. See how they respond. They're starting to bark now.
Already?
Yeah, they're starting to bark at 4 weeks. I think all of them are. So I
Oh,
really like that. They're
okay.
very active. Some more than others. Um, another I'm gonna have them swim too in that tub. I'm gonna have them swim, see how they do. Um, but when they get a little bit older and they start, I'll be exposing them to other foods. I like doing the gang bags where I just fill them up with. You could use any kind of meat
Okay.
and just tease them, play with it until they tear it up, and it's their win having little chunks of meat from
Hold
game
on.
bags.
So you get a bag. Explain it. You get a bag and you fill it up with meat.
Yeah, and just play tug of war with it. I mean,
Oh, okay,
use like
okay.
2 pounds or maybe a pound, depending how many pups and how big they are. Um, keeps them focused too instead of just turning on each other. It
Yeah.
gives them a very justified target and to where they can just uh, keep on doing it and they'll get the hang of it. But it's a good way to turn them up when they're young.
So is that true, Master? I never heard that before. Mastiff sleep a lot. Most
Mastiff.
is that, or that's just most dogs sleep a lot. I never heard that before.
Well, Mastiffs, they are bigger dogs, and at the very end, they developed slower, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They mature a lot slower too. So a lot of times you don't see their temperament until 8 weeks,
Yeah.
7 weeks.
So you still got time. Like I said, they look more active than most 4 weeks old, and they look big. Like for 4 weeks, they definitely look. Even if I don't know which one the females and the males, but they all look a good size right there. You know what I mean?
I just exposed them to water for the first time today.
Okay.
So now they're drinking water, and slowly I'll start, complementing.
When does Karma usually start what's it called, weaning them off? When does she usually do that?
Last time it was 5 weeks, six. I mean, it's just less. Like the older the pups are, if they're like 8 weeks, I'll do it maybe like one time a day. Get them to the tit once a day. 6 weeks, twice, maybe
Right.
3 times, depending on how much Karma is producing too.
Okay.
But I've been taking real good care of Karma, and she's been producing a lot of milk, so she's been doing good.
Now, somebody asked in there, is she a sentry dog? You said she was real. She's
civil. She's
real civil to outside. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How is she with other dogs and other animals?
No, she tries to mess. She wants to go at them. No mercy.
Oh, she don't. Yep. So she don't like. So she like double.
Her breedings are getting easier though as time goes by. As she matures more, her breedings are a lot easier. Her first two were pretty hard.
So Onyx is a great mother too. So I'm sure it seemed like Onyx's kids be good mothers too. Shout out to Voodoo. All of them be good mothers.
Onyx is a producer, man. That's why I like her so much.
That's why that debate tomorrow is going to be really interesting, bro. I'm gonna do my research because I'm gonna have to bring
Team Onyx here, man. Team Onyx.
Yeah, I might be leading to that. Who y'all think? Hey, everybody in the chat, y'all got Halo or if Onyx is being a better producer or better overall? That's going to be a heated debate tomorrow. I look forward to that one. So that's the female right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one you said Karma. You said that's the one you said Karma was being extra with. The one that's on the screen. Can you see the screen?
No, the lightest fawn.
That's a girl right there.
That's a boy. That's the male. The one that I think is gonna look like a mastiff.
Yeah, he looked like it.
That's the other boy.
Look at their paws. They're gonna be a minimum of like 95. They're gonna be like 100 pounds. They're gonna be big. Is that a girl right there?
Yep.
Better skin. Okay.
Yep.
She got more of the pit bull. The pit bull right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one.
That one. Yep. That's her.
That's what she be favoring. She looked like she is. You said she the runt.
No. The darkest one is the runt.
Oh, okay, because her paws isn't as big. She probably be like 70, but
the other two females are very close to her.
Oh, okay.
That was probably the nicest looking one.
Right.
That fawn female.
Right. So yeah. So did you ever answer? So what's your ideal? Just using percentages. How much pit bull you want? And what's your idea? 50-50, 60-40 mastiff. Okay. You sound like you want mostly mastiff though. What's up?
You're forcing a definition out of or a standard out of me.
It's called hypothetical, bro. We just
but I'll try to give you a good one. How about the so-called 60-40 that the bull mastiff was intended to be? Because that's what inspired me to get into the band dogs.
Okay.
Like the origin of the bull mastiff, it was a band dog, but they started using 60 mastiff and 40 fighting lines, this and that, and that's like how they came about.
So 60-40, just like because Onyx is like 43, so you like it like that?
Yeah. Well,
pit bull and the rest mastiff. That's how you like it.
Onyx has 40%.
43, yeah. Because Justice, let me think. Her mommy is 50%.
Oh,
Justice
from
is 32.
Widow. There's a lot on the Widow side.
Yeah, just Widow is
Mhm.
50 and Justice is like 33.
Justice was
He was
civil AF, and
yeah,
he's not that much too much pitbull.
yeah. And he wanted to Lee's biggest producers too. So yeah, so that's a fair thing. I can see why you would like that.
Um,
A lot, believe it or not, Lee himself is not gonna add no more Mastiff, but a lot of people I talk to be like, man, I want more Mastiff. I want more Mastiff. So I
and
can
by
see
Mastiff,
that
I
because
mean litter mates like Justice, the Justice litter mates. Like
Valkyrie,
that's what comes to me for Valkyrie. That's
Valkyrie.
she's what like probably 95 and super tall. Probably
I,
the biggest one.
I think she was taller than Justice. I think she was like 105. Yeah, she taller than Justice.
105.
Yeah, she was tall from what I've seen on there. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure how big her other
That's
Justice.
where. Wait, is that where Ranger comes from, or which?
Yeah, Ranger. That's where Ranger come
Yeah.
from. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure how big Tiggy was.
So see extra points for Onyx, for that litter where she comes from.
Yeah, because Tiggy.
Uh,
Yeah. They got a question for you, Luis. Your dog's so great. Are you selling any of the puppies? How can people get a hold of you?
you guys can reach me anytime. I've been a little bit more active on Facebook. Not much of a social media, but you guys can reach out. My phone number is 575
Hold on 1 second. 575
200 8177.
Sometimes it work when I put the numbers up here. So sometimes it's let it go through. Let me see.
And if you guys have questions or anything,
Okay, there
do
you
my
go.
best. If not, I can direct you to the people, or
That's it right there. That's if
that's it.
Facebook didn't show up, but that's it. That's his number right there. If you looking. So how many puppies? So you got 6 puppies. How many are you gonna keep for yourself? A boy and a girl?
Well, for sure, a female.
Okay.
And I'm leaning with that dark brindle.
Yeah.
Dan in California is keeping another female.
Okay.
And Christian Booz, I think he's in Alabama. In fact, I think he kept a sibling from Karma years back.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And yeah, he's formalizing, and we're formalizing. And he wants a female. So I do have a male and a female available right now.
Okay. So y'all better jump on this double Onyx. This is the first double Onyx breed in history. So make sure you jump on it, especially for the people that be like they want more Mastiff blood. You know what I mean? They want more Mastiff blood because some people don't like that. Some people don't prefer too much of the pit bull with the drives. So you get to have the bando with more of the Mastiff blood, but still be able to work. So yeah.
Yeah, at the very end, they're going to be close to 50%, I think, 50-50. Not quite, maybe a little bit more on the pit bull side. I haven't really done the math, but
so let's see. Let me see something.
It's going to be like 65.
Let me see. Grandio.
It's going to be 66%.
Hair trigger. We just gonna say he's 72% pit bull, 71.87. He's 72%. And then Karma, I don't know. I know Onyx. I don't know the sire of Karma, what his pit bull percentage is.
You can call her half of what Onyx is in terms of true game.
So was Karma's sire all Mastiff? No pit bull in it?
No, I mean there was some Staffy.
Oh, okay.
Now, so Mango, let me. I mean, it's important to give Mango this claim because I found this out later on in his, probably when he was 6 or 7. Mango was being tested on so because I had some doubts about him.
Yeah,
but he did very well, extremely well. In fact, I had an accident where he got loose and he did the real thing. Scary. But he also passed out a couple times during
Okay.
his exit, and as soon as he woke up, went right at it. But
Wow. Okay.
it was hottest. It was probably 100 degrees,
Wow. Yeah,
and
that's true. Yeah. That master
so,
makes a better guard dog. You're right about that. So looking at it here, we're gonna say they're around. We gonna say they roughly approximately 47% pit bull, and that's right up your alley. Almost what Onyx is.
uh-huh. Yep.
That's right up your alley. Shout out to Lucky Seven, my man Lucky Seven, my boy Lucky Seven.
See, he's a
Living
producer,
legend.
man. Lucky Seven's a producer. Onyx is
That's
a
my dog,
producer.
Lucky Seven, bro.
So,
Lucky Seven, bro.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. So what are some things? What are some things like in New Mexico? Do you have a team of like decoys, or do you decoy yourself, or what goes on there? Because I've seen a couple videos. You got a team you work with, or how does it work?
I'm all by myself out here, man. But
Hmm.
I did have a friend that was helping me for a little bit. Very qualified guy. Um, so he did provide me with a lot of insight from the decoys standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a trainer too. So, but he's not around anymore. But he did help me. Mm, I'll be testing Karma's male pup, the 1 year old, later
Yeah.
on this summer with hogs down in Texas.
Oh, you're gonna go to Texas? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hog Hunter has another pup that I sold him last year,
yeah.
so we'll be doing a little bit of that.
For those who wondering, he had a breeding with Karma, the same Karma, and it was to a pit bull from Frankie Bump and Komodo. So
Correct.
it was Banshee and Bacody's full sibling to Karma. So, and then you kept a male from that one. What's his name?
Torito, little bull.
Torito. Yeah, Torito.
He's
Yeah.
he's doing good, man. He's more of a game dog. Damn, his head. He's probably 80 pounds, or maybe a little under, but his head is huge.
You got
Proportion.
any pictures? Any pictures of them? Let me try to bring them up on your Is any pictures on your Facebook, Torito?
Yeah. I think
Let me see. Okay,
maybe not
there go Torito right there. Yeah, he do look. Okay, let me
maybe
bring.
not recent ones, but
This was from March. So that's Torito. So this is this is basically Karma to full sibling to Banshee and Cody. Torito.
his sire was owned by Pat Patrick, Robinson bred.
Yeah.
And it was Frankie Bump to a line bred Lucky Seven to his sister to that product.
Yeah, that's Komodo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So okay.
So it all ties up, man. It all ties up.
It all ties up. Yeah, you're right, man.
Mm-hmm.
It all so Torito. He looked like he gonna do good on he looked like he's gonna do good on the on them pigs. Because you said
he guards too. I like how he guards. He is civil, not as much as Karma.
Oh, he do guard. Okay.
But yeah, I got him now in the front now. He's the one that tells me. But man, he can't see cats, man. He's allergic to cats.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he can't see. He can't see them. Yeah, that's when he gets wild. But anyways, I was gonna.
Literally allergic, or he just don't mess with them.
No, he ever since he was a pup, the few times that he got out, it was after chasing after cats.
Oh, okay.
I mean, even the chickens he doesn't mind the chickens as much as he does cats.
Yeah, most of the Sentinels don't like them cat. So you got Torito. Okay, so he do got a little bit of he do got a little bit of because that's always the question here, especially for those who just getting into band dogs, like how much are they gonna act like pit bulls, or how much are they gonna act like masters with the guard dogs? You know what I mean? And some people's preferences is to have more pit bullish, and some people is a preference to act more guard dog like. But some like the combination of both.
Right.
And that's when you really gotta, your handling skills gotta be on par, because it can be extreme. You know what I mean? Because it's one thing about your dog not liking animals, but if they also looking at people as like, yo, you're not family, bro, you can't be around here, then that's when you gotta really know how to, take control of that.
It's what you select for and what's dominant and what it's not. It's the game, and yeah, I mean it's stitching up pedigrees, man. It's like writing music.
Yeah,
but it has to make sense. It has to be, their harmony, and you got to know when to bring in the new tones and all that's good stuff.
So Luis, what's your thoughts on strength and conditioning? Because I done a thing the other day. What's your thoughts on that? The strength and conditioning. How do you get what's your go-to to get your dogs looking? How you got Garindio looking so muscular like? Because he more cut up than his dad.
Yeah, well,
more cut up than his dad.
See, the beauty, he's self-conditions. I mean, I've been walking him, trying to work with him, but man, every time he'll like tear up my shirt or something. So he's a little too much in that sense, but he conditions himself. If I throw him a toy or something, anything very bad, I'll throw him a tire. He's entertained all day. If he can't reach a twig, he's very persistent and he'll just stay at it. He gets very agitated with the wind. It triggers him. So he conditions himself a lot. Unlike the other one, Torito, he's very calm, very mellow.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah. So, more, I would trust him more indoors if I were to leave him an hour and then come back. If
Torito, you would trust Torito more?
Yeah, even though he's a pup. Now, Indio's not poorly mannered. I mean, I got him as an adult, and I mean, he's been catching up a lot, but it's just not the same when you have him as a pup. I can't give you like a full disclosure or a more asserted.
Yeah, it is different because you don't get a chance to imprint stuff. So you say your boy Torito. I think if with those guard instincts, I'm sure you can bring out a lot of protection work in him as well. Are you gonna do that with Torito?
Yes, definitely. I mean, I think he'd do really good, and he would do very good on the sleeve and with agitation. I know he. I'll send you a video of how he responds to strangers. I mean, that way you can see.
Yeah, you gotta send me that.
Aspect.
Yeah,
he's still young, but he's there where I really need to get him agitated and build some desire. More than a bite, I just want to build desire.
Yeah, let me see what my man. Cause didn't see take out the pitbull trace more than Onyx. With that, would that be accurate to say? He said Garinio takes more after the Lucky 7 pitbull trace than Onyx.
100%. He's Indio's a replica of Lucky 7, but probably like 20 to 30% larger.
Yeah. So he just didn't take that. Yeah. That's interesting right there, boy. He can probably do all types of stuff like weight pull and all types of stuff. So yeah, so you got you basically got like 2 puppies available. Y'all better jump on if y'all want that double Onyx breeding right there. He's in New Mexico. Everything is through Luis, so make sure you contact Luis. We're talking about Onyx because the puppies got Onyx bug 2 times. For those who just coming in, Karma is Onyx's daughter, and Indio is Onyx's son. Okay, so that's why we got the double Onyx breeding, but it's still through Iron Legacy. You know what I mean? And I also wanted to do this just to show you that when we do that battle tomorrow, Onyx is already at a head start because she producing puppies that's outside of the thing. So, but Halo is it's gonna come down to the wire tomorrow. It's gonna be fun too because I gotta really think it over because it's like, man, you know what I mean? Because everybody, I put it in my thing. Everybody's like, but they was like, bruh, Halo got scratched. Halo was automatic.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, that's the pop. Shout out to my boy D Gonzo. He gonna get her name gonna be Miha. Miha.
There you go.
Yeah. That's what's up right there, man. So what else you got going on interested in New Mexico, Luis? Because New Mexico is like I say, is just like a very interesting spot. Like, do y'all got Walmarts in New Mexico?
Oh, come on.
No, seriously, bro.
Like, the UFOs deliver it to us, man.
New Mexico just seemed like a different type place. What city are you in? Albuquerque?
3.5 hours away. Albuquerque's like right in the center of New Mexico.
Oh,
I'm closer to maybe the southeast corner, like in the middle of that quadrant. But I mean, you know what? There's a lot of outdoors activities here in New Mexico.
That's great.
There's the mountains and deserts. You know what? Hunting is it's prime here. It's good stuff.
Hunting. What you hunting out there?
We get elk, pronghorn, deer.
Wow. You get elk. Wow.
Looking into oryx, which is the exotic.
Wow. So you can, that'd be some elk is real big, right?
Yeah.
That'll feed you that'll have your dogs fed like in the family.
Almost a whole year, but
wow.
There's also sheep, Barbary sheep, and I haven't had a chance to hunt pronghorn. I mean, Barbary sheep, but bighorn sheep. So there's a little bit of everything. The hog population is under control, so we don't have hogs.
Oh, you don't have hogs. Okay, that's good. You don't, because they be causing they're a nuisance. You know what I mean? They wild, like they get out of hand, bro. Like they get out of hand. But I didn't know y'all had elk. What else do y'all got any like
coyotes, man? They're popular. Coyotes.
Okay.
A lot of people hunt those.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'll have to look into
get torito or
if there's no any little letters on the pamphlets of the hunting manual. And
there's usually no rules with coyotes because they like.
Yeah, they're a pest, so I think they should be good to go.
Yeah, you probably just can't use. Yeah, it's probably just certain rules to it. So so New Mexico, are you close to Texas? Is New Mexico close to Texas?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you're not too far.
Lubbock, Midland.
Oh, so you close to there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it's another time zone. So it's probably, I'm sure, out more west because Texas is in central.
Yeah, except for El Paso. It's kind of weird how it works, but
El Paso was what? Mountain time?
Mountain. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is? What the man? They don't teach you nothing in school, bro. I never knew that. This is the first time here. I thought everything in Texas was central time. I didn't know. I know Texas is big, but I thought you had to get to like New Mexico and Utah to change the time back an hour. I didn't know that.
And first, it's now first the aliens, and now you're getting into politics. I mean, you gotta be careful there, man.
No, I just didn't know that they done that. This is my first time hearing it. I always just thought it was central time. Yeah. So shout out to Texas, man. Shout out to Texas. So what do you plan on? What do you plan on doing as far as taking a program once it's Karma? Is she almost retired?
You know what? I want to do one more breeding with her, and then
who you gonna take her to? Who you looking at? You gonna look at some masters from Midgard, David Isha? What you gonna do?
I don't want to commit yet, but I might tighten the blood, or might do a repeat breeding. It all depends.
All depends how the puppies come.
It all depends. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I really have high hopes with Indio producing.
Indio, yeah. So we're gonna keep an eye on it, man. We're gonna keep an eye on and see how he done, because Hair Trigger, his sister, is a great producer. His sister, I mean, Hair Trigger is producing, and Lee done the Hair Trigger scratch twice. I have one of the puppies from the first litters, scratching Hair Trigger.
That's a good one.
She's good.
Yeah, the question is behavioral frequency.
What you mean on that? Go ahead and break that down.
Are we gonna have more lucky sevens and more onyxes or karmas on the other end, or are there gonna be a sweet cocktail mixture of 50-50?
What you think? I think this is gonna be a mixture.
I think it's gonna be no mixture. Lucky sevens and onyxes, or there's. I think there's gonna be two types, if you want to call it that. That's what I predict.
But I don't know, because you gotta give Karma. Would you say Karma acts like her mom, Onyx?
Mm-hmm.
She's smaller. She about 75 pounds. And Indio is real drivey. So I think they just act like a combination of that one. But since Onyx is coming in twice, they probably just be bigger. I guess I don't know. Like,
yeah, there's a lot guessing. On if I remember correctly, there's a lot of type breedings in the pedigree of Lucky Seven. Which one too?
From his mom and dad, like
yeah.
I think his mom. I know his mom. Wild Thing is a man. She's
Wild
amazing.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Wild Thing is a beast. But let me. While you doing that, yeah, Stone Cold. I don't see no videos of his dad, but Wild Thing. Lucky Seven mom is a man. She was I like her a lot. She act like she was really committed, like for real.
Yeah, I think Lee produced her too.
Oh, he did?
I think he did.
Yeah, I'm just learning the pit bulls, y'all. So I'm not, I'm just learning the pit bulls. So I'm not as as versed on the pit bulls. But let me go ahead and let me see this right here. Let's see. This is this is Lucky Seven mom.
Wild Thing. Yeah.
After you crack it, move a little bit with a little sweet. There you go, good. No noise problem.
She's not a big dog.
No, she's not. She like really committed. That's all I like her, man. She is nice.
Yeah.
Here she comes. Get it, guard.
She was bad, bro. Yo, she was good, bro.
Good girl. Good girl.
And Vlad mom too.
Good girl.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want in a pit bull to have in a
Right.
Good
program.
girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Out. All right, just do silver one.
Yeah, and for those who wondering, that's Lucky Seven mom, and that's also Vlad the Impaler mom. So that's Vlad mom and Lucky Seven, because they was half siblings. Yeah, Louise really understands how to read behaviors versus just what's on paper. Yeah, paper and it's fun to talk about the percentages, but just because you like 50% pit bull, that doesn't mean that the 50% of the pit bull could have just been like the physical part, and you could take the 50% that you got from the Mastiff. Could the 100% of that could just been the personality part. So it's fun to talk about, but you never know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and now that you mention it, I think a lot of traits cannot be isolated and come hand in hand with other ones.
What you mean by that?
For like trying to say if you're trying to weed out certain traits, you might sacrifice certain other ones.
Okay.
For example, and I mean it's just one that I can think of. If you're selecting for heat tolerance, it's likely that the skin's gonna be like very thin, and that so that they can transpire quicker, maybe. But then you're like, well, leather skin tears up very easily, and I don't like that.
Okay.
So I want heat tolerance and thick skin. But every time you breed for heat tolerance, you're gonna get that thin skin. So those two are gonna be hand on hand.
Right. Yeah, you can't have everything your way. I can definitely say that. You can't have everything perfect. Because let me ask you this: what's your perfect band dog?
Perfect band dog?
Yeah, for you. What will make you say, you know what, this is the best? What's this one? What would be your
Okay, for like depending on the stages in my life, like say when my kids were little, when they were 4 or 5 years old, I would have chosen a more mastiffy type, more of a home body. Now that they're grown, I mean, yeah, they can handle more, the drives and help me with a little bit more extreme dogs. They can be more involved that way. So, and I would push for the more drivey dogs, more active, not necessarily larger.
So your ideal band dog will be what?
Right now, I think the Onyx type.
The Onyx type.
Yeah. Onyx type. You know what? If now that we're talking perfection, you know what? Maybe a more athletic build, like
okay,
with, the Lucky 7 structure or the Indio structure.
Right. Okay.
A bigger head. I like gutters to be bigger. Not necessarily average. I like a good mouth. So I do pay attention to that. I like very strong dogs too.
Like physically strong?
Yeah.
Okay. And you might get it from this breed, and that's why it's going to be interesting. Like I said, you got to keep us posted. We got to do a part 3 when they're about like maybe 6 months old to see how they was really coming out. You know what I mean? Because things change, It's crazy picking puppies. You're the breeder, but sometimes do you ever get a situation where you don't pick the best puppy and then somebody you sold it to pick the better puppy?
Well, yeah, it happens all the time. But again, what is better?
Pissed. I would be pissed, but at the same time, I would be happy for my client. But I would be pissed.
I've never seen it that way. Because better for me might not be better for you, or vice versa.
That's a good point.
It's also the needs and want. Like you might want a dog with this and that, but it might not be a good fit. You might need this other type, a dog that you can manage. An easier dog, for instance, if you want to call it that.
Hold on, let me see. You said Scratch was bred to Ladysmith. This Ladysmith was Onyx's daughter. So Ladysmith was his daughter. The Scratch and Ladysmith breeded would have been double bred Onyx. How was it double bred Onyx?
Ladysmith.
I can see double. Let me see.
Not direct. Not like two siblings, but I see where Lee's coming from. More of a.
Explain that more. I don't get it.
Ladysmith was
That was Scratch. That was double Justice.
Oh, man, that's a whole
That
different.
would have been double justice.
I think double justice.
Yeah.
It's where
He
it's
said,
at.
I'm nursing puppies. I got ahead of myself. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I haven't seen no double Onyx. It would be double justice and double scratch. Yeah, but not double Onyx. This is the first. So I guess in the future, whoever it will have to be.
I think it's a very good representation for like what a band dog should be. You got Onyx and a Mastiff, and then Onyx and a game dog. How can I mean, by definition, by I don't know how much else.
So what's more important to you, hard mouth or gameness? Which is more important to you in the protection dog?
Hard mouth. Nerve.
So hard mouth or gameness?
Nerve.
Not nerve, like.
Because you can get away with protection. I mean, game like a Mali is you cannot say a Mali is game, but they also excel in protection. So it's not the most indispensable ingredient. I mean, it's like the cherry on top and like a guarantee kind of thing. It's like an insurance. Nerve and fight.
Nerve, I love nerve. Like I take a dog with like nerves and good environmental sounds. That's like my thing. And then they have a
good defense. It's hard to find.
Yeah, because you can
a good defense.
Depending on how you work with your dogs. What I'm learning, you can basically like manipulate certain behaviors early on, imprinting, and you can have them, certain things like. You can take a dog that may be civil, but then you can make them extra civil depending on how you condition them and expose them to certain things. And we all know that.
Some people swear on prey, on prey drive.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, people. Yeah, some people do.
See, to me, prey drive is like your trigger. Like
on a scale of 1 to 10, how much prey drive you like? A 5? A 4, a 7,
a 5, a 4 or 5.
Okay, so what would you say Indio's prey drive is right now?
He's object driven. I would say he's like a 7.
Oh, a 7, and he's okay.
Prey, but not. You see, he's very driven. But his drives can be channelized to wherever you want to. If you want to put him on the sleeve, I think he'll excel. I haven't done it yet, but there's no doubt. What surprises me is that he's tolerant to other dogs. He sees them, he doesn't care. He's not even like curious about them. He won't bark.
Sometimes that'll pop up, yeah.
But I mean, that could change any second too.
Because he could just be like that, but if a dog got crazy, he might, you know what I'm saying?
And trying
to
dominate.
Be honest with you, that's kind of the best situation to be in, because you don't want to bully necessarily, but you don't want no dog that allow themselves to be bullied and that to handle business.
Well,
those are an advantage.
There's type, and it could be you might not like it. I understand it. I could see it very productive. Like say when you're working with hogs, you don't have to worry about the civil aspect of turning into your buddy. Right. So I could see that, and I could value it there. But if you want that civil, spicy, natural ability, well, it might not be there, or you have to, wake it up with something else, with another trigger.
Yeah, that'll be easier to handle, because when your dog is civil and dog aggressive, animal aggressive. So, this is a good point right now. Shout out to Ripped Up. You always support. Shout out to everybody. Make sure y'all smash the thumbs up. I'm here with my man, Luis Armendáriz. He got the first reported double Onyx breeding, and this is going to lead to tomorrow. We're going to be debating Onyx versus Halo, the battle of the bad bitches, the battle of the dams tomorrow. You know what I mean? So that's going to be really fun tomorrow to do that.
Well, double Halo, has it been done?
Yeah, double Halo several times. Because
Remind me.
double halo. They will. Jaguar. My dog is double halo. That because Halo was with the famous Justice and Halo breeding. So Jaguar is double halo. I know even triple halos. Yeah, that happens a lot. Nah, Lee, we gonna do Onyx to Halo because they both producers. We're gonna start off with Onyx and Halo.
Yeah, Halo's
Nah, we want to Lee. We'll do that another time. We gotta do that Halo to see who produces more. But Valkyrie is nice too, though. But see, Valkyrie, the only breeding I know of Valkyrie is Little Rascal and Ranger, but is only one pup. So I don't really know. I don't really know the other breeders.
Yellow. There was a female, I think, called Yellow. I'm not sure if it was.
That's Record's sister. That's out of Boston. None of it. But I don't know no Valkyrie. That's before my time, Lee. But Onyx, you know what I mean? We're gonna do Onyx. That's gonna be fun right there too, because Onyx is, like I said, Onyx is like a lot of people's favorite, and Halo is too. So that's a good one. And they both good producers. So was Halo a good mother? Is Halo a good mother? Yeah, she I'm thinking of the pedigrees, y'all. I'm thinking of the pedigrees in my mind to see, but it's a lot of breedings out there that's the double halo. That happens a lot, and even I believe
half brothers or half litter mates. Is that the?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So double halo. So what I gotta find out too, I gotta talk to Lee. I gotta find out if Halo has any breedings besides I know she got Justice, Reptar, and Vicious, but was she bred to any other sires besides them three? I gotta find that out.
Was it Halo bred to Scratch too?
She was bred to her son. You right. Armendariz, tienes razón, mucho razón. Yeah, so she was bred to her son, Scratch, Vicious. That was the last two breeding: Vicious, Scratch, Justice, and Reptar. So those four sires. I don't know. So Jo, my man, shout out to. He said, "Are there any other programs you expect or want dogs from to incorporate into your program?" That's good. That's a good question.
Well, something I really wanted to do before. I think Dan's about to do it, and he could tell you more about it. You know, he's got some of that. Presa blood. I mean,
you gonna add some presa?
Well, I'm not. I mean, I got too much. Like I got my 5 years ahead of me figured out more or less on what I have with, and then eventually I'll reach out. But I'm never close to other programs. I mean, there's some out there that I really like, and a lot of them are also tied up with the ASC. People in California, and I know some other guys there with Lee are helping him too, and they're doing pretty good.
You gonna get some presa blood?
No, not necessarily, but I'm not opposed to it.
So what do you want though? You gotta define what is it that you want. What I'm
doing, man. I was gonna keep two females from this litter, but I'll probably just keep one.
One female.
I'll probably breed back to that Karma son, and that'll be at 2 times Karma.
2 times Karma. So Torito. Okay, I got you. Torito. Okay.
And that'll lock up also on that Onyx. It'll be all over the pedigree too.
So double Karma, double. Would that be? Yeah. So double Onyx. No, that'd be triple. Oh shit, that'd be triple Onyx and double Karma, right?
Yep. And with the same
triple Onyx And double karma. Okay.
Also doubling up on the Mastiff side
Yeah.
on her sire.
So you'll have that Onyx all the way there. Okay. That'll be nice right there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then I can always go back to a male from this breeding or back to Indio. So that might be a little bit too
That's kind
much.
of
It's not very tight, but or like very tightly line bred, but it's getting there, and eventually it's gonna have to breathe out, and I'll need an outcross. But we'll see. Step at a time. Step at a time. I think that's got me covered for 5 years.
You might as well maybe ask something. I don't know, because I'm not a breeder, so I'll just be learning from y'all. I never did it before, so it's easy for me to say do this, but I'm just talking.
No,
I don't know what.
It's good to see things from a different perspective.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's just good to like talk about it. I want to compare Onyx to Halo, but instead to Valkyrie, due to massive influence and size, they're going to be more comparable. Halo was more of a finished product. Onyx and Valkyrie were stepping stones. Makes sense. We're gonna mainly talk about like the production side.
Okay. Well, if you want to talk about producers, look at that litter that you're talking about. Justice, Valkyrie, which other one? Tiggy. Look, how much content did they have? Pitbull.
50. No, those was 32. They was 32. They was 32 and I think 32 and a half. I think they was 32 and a half.
Some of it from was it
Justice? Let me see, because Justice and Halo is 53%.
So it's not very much. And those dogs were producing left and right.
Who you talking about? Scratch and Bumper?
No, just above Justice, Valkyrie.
Yeah. I think they brought that protection side to it. That was the Preacher Man and Blue Jean, and they was only 30-some%. But I can see why Lee added. I can see why he now seeing how the program is. I can see why he done that Halo to increase the pit bull blood and also the phenotype, the look. Because Scratch looked different than he looked like Justice a little bit when he was little.
Yeah,
but he of course he was smaller, but he looked a little different. So the phenotype started to change. What you think?
Well, it's the pit bull blood, and I think Scratch was like 80 pounds. He wasn't very big. 80.
No, I don't think so. Probably like 85, something like that. Yep.
It's not small, but from the previous generations,
because I believe Justice is like 100 or something. I think Justice is like 100 or something. Even Valkyrie was like 100 or something. She was big, bro. Yeah, she was big, Valkyrie.
And those were all producers.
Yeah, without having a lot of pit bull, but in order to have your program going, because Lee, if he wanted, he could have stayed in that lane, but he wanted the ideal, size to be smaller and the working abilities and the structure. So I can see why he did that, because they still kept the the civil edge and the guardian instincts. It's like an artist, you know what I mean? So shout out to all you breeders that y'all like artists out there. It's science, but it's an art to it as well. It's not just you can't just look at the pedigree. You gotta go through, am I right? Like, don't you gotta do you write it on paper, or how do you come up with this stuff, or what do you do?
Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and write things down. And then I look at it, if it makes sense. But it's like writing music. Like I said, it's stitching them pedigrees. They have to make sense. And what's it gonna do? Or if there's like the bad stuff. I mean, they're great dogs, but now it's time to focus on all right, what are the improvements to be made?
Right.
Or what trade-offs do I want to deal with?
I think this is interesting too because you added a lot of pit bull blood. You got that wild thing up in there in Stone Cold. You know what I mean? That's Stone Cold and that's Lucky Seven and that wild thing. You see wild thing, she a beast. So a lot of your puppies is maybe have the influence of wild thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think from now on, I mean, I don't want more pit bull. I want to. I wish I could just translate some of those mastiff traits and not deal with the bad stuff with it.
Yeah. And we'll break that down. What you consider bad stuff to the mastiffs. So for the people that's in the back, what you consider that?
The better traits like the guarding, a solid defense.
Yeah.
Not a nervy performance, because a lot of mastiffs, you know, they'll engage and all, but they're doing it kind of like from fear, not necessarily because of desire.
And that's you read that comment. He said, I think people that like prey drive think of defensive drive as a dog that's not always comfortable in combat. So you just basically said what he said. You think so? You think they'd be nervous?
Some of them are. I mean, you can tell. A lot of times the tail is a giveaway, but it could be masked with their performance or with their training.
So let me ask you this: do you watch boxing? Are you a boxing?
Yeah. So it's been a while, but yeah, I.
So who are some of your favorite boxers?
Right now, Bam Bam Rodriguez, I think he's
from San Antonio.
Yeah.
He might fight
knocked out my favorite guy.
Yeah.
Crawford. I like Crawford, but he needs to be tested, man. He
just be dominating. He beat your boy Canelo.
Yeah, but honestly, Canelo, I mean, I really like him. I gave him all the credit. But when was the last time he knocked someone out? You know, it was more taking care of his career rather than getting things done in the ring. And I like the boxers that give it all, not that,
now,
you know. Just,
okay, well, if
no way. I like
you know who David Benavidez is?
Benavidez, I like him.
Yeah, Mexican Benavidez. If he was a band dog, would you like that type of band dog? That's
no,
real
man, no.
He's real offensive. You wouldn't like that?
He lacks the head movement, dude. He lacks that. I like my dogs to be agile but you know, his desire, I give him that. He's got that desire.
He throw right at you with throwing combinations. So he real prey driven. Prey driven. So you would want him to have some defense then. some ability to move. Like that pit bull.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know if that will come. Will that come from the pit bull, y'all? The defense and the maneuvers, or that will come from the mastiff? I don't know. So David Benavidez. Now,
I think the defense is from, or has to be from, the mastiff, and that's where it belongs, because that's what they were originally bred for. So that's the expectation. So they have to live up to it.
But if you think of defense, that's one aspect of defense, and I'm not no expert, but if we thinking of it from a boxing standpoint, Mike Tyson is very offensive. Mm-hmm. But if you watch Mike Tyson, he has good defense. He's slipping punches. He doing all these type of punches. So if pit bulls was bred to fight, they can't just be reckless. They got to have some type of strategy and defense to win. They got to be defending themselves, right?
I got your answer.
It's also defense in that aspect as well. It's not just being defensive like a mastiff. So it's even pit bulls, I would say, like I say, I'm not an expert, but they would have some type of defending skills. They would have to know how to defend and strategize, and you know what I'm saying, just in case they be on a back for a minute, they catch they break, boom, boom.
Resource guarding is probably what you're thinking of, or what I can think of.
I'm talking about comparing it to a boxer, right? So you
have Shakur Stevenson. That's the guy I like, man.
Now he's real defensive. Yeah, he's a little too defensive, but he's good though. Now he's a mastiff right there.
He's my type of fighter right there.
So you a mastiff guy.
He's probably my favorite right now.
Just admitted it. You're a mastiff guy, and that's okay. You admitted it.
He's small though. Hey, he's small.
But he got crazy defense. And he don't throw a lot of punches. He pop shot you. But boom, 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 but he doesn't have a lot of defense. So it depends on what you like to get the job done. You know what I mean? Get the job done. Let me read some of more of these comments. You said breeding is like an art as well. Bert Souls was said to not focus much on line breeding and did more outcrosses. That old Phil takes a good eye for dogs to be able to breed that way. Yeah, that's interesting.
There's a time and place for outcrossing and inbreeding, and line. There's a time and place.
You got to be consistent. From what I'm saying, you got to be line breeding to have some consistency. Oh, you did not produce Wild Thing. Okay, he produced Lucky 7 and Wonder Girl. I think Luis is thinking of Wonder Girl. Yeah, Wonder Girl.
Yeah, they're siblings. Those two are siblings, and that's a type
Komodo,
right there.
that's Komodo mom, right? Komodo mom. Okay. She was 45 pounds. Oh, you behind? Yeah. She was she was nice, bro. She was nice, bro. Like certain them people I be seeing, I'm like, man, they like they really they just got that intensity. I like dogs that's intense. So you a Shakur Stevenson Mastiff guy, okay? I don't see you adding. I'm surprised you added. I don't see you adding no pit bull blood in your joint. You're gonna keep it, and that's fair. You know what I'm saying?
It's already there, man. You know those are the great attributes. They just need to be transferred to a more protection. Canvas, if you want to call it that.
What's your thoughts on handlers such as yourself working their own dogs?
Handler, no. Unless you're into sports. If you want to do it for sports and performance, I think you can do it.
But real protection, you said nah.
No, it's. I mean, you can initiate, play tug of war and do some exercises, but I think agitation should not be performed by the handler or owner.
Yeah, that's I know some people that do it though. You know what I'm saying? I think they be reading the Kohler books. Some people be doing it. You know what I mean? Like you said, I like that. I like to prepare the puppies as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's little things you can do to test your puppies is what I'm learning. You can test them out. You can test their nerves. You can test to see how confident they are. And then you can also imprint them and build. It's a way to build them up, y'all. It's a science to it. I'm telling y'all. It's a science to building your puppy up on your own. And that way.
The blueprint.
It's like, say if you had a son or daughter, Luis, right? And you wanted them to be in MMA, maybe go to the UFC. But you far away, you gonna have to train them yourself, and you train them to get to certain level. But for them to go to the higher level, you gotta say, you know what, you gotta go to some other trainers. So that's kind of how the dog game is. You know what I'm saying? To get to the highest level, you're gonna have to go to decoys. You're gonna have to do all types of different things. Even with MMA, unless you the actual coach, you know how to do everything, but you still gonna need an assistant coach. You can't do everything on your own, man. That's not how it works.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, with a boxing team or with say, if you look at the knife making, you got who's gonna provide you with a quality block of steel, and someone needs to go, choose that. So there's a chemist, and then there's the blacksmith that works.
Everything requires a team. Like in order to have any type of business, even if you plan to grow, if you plan to grow, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I get some more clients, dog walking clients. I'm not finna be walking like all these dogs. I'm gonna hire somebody, I'm gonna pay them real good, and I still have time to do it because you don't want to get burnt out. You know what I'm saying? So I look forward to hiring like another person, but the challenge in that is to find somebody that's reliable. You know what I'm saying? I got insurance, but you gotta find somebody that's reliable. You gotta make sure they ain't stealing. You going into the you still, bro. You're going to jail, boy. You stealing? You're going to jail, buddy. You're going to jail. We don't play them type games.
Yeah, that's rough, man. That's rough, but it's part of the show.
Having a good team around you is a must to get most out of your dog. Yeah, that's true. Jo got his team. He got his working dog Gleeklo. He's consistently going there. He got Griselda going to come up. Knox. Yeah, Scratch and Ladysmith was double scratch. Yeah, double scratch. Yeah, so Ladysmith was bred Scratch, Bumper, and Vlad. So she had 3 breedings. Rest in peace, Ladysmith. Yeah, I don't know anybody that got a Scratch and Ladysmith puppy. Oh, Halo was a good mother? Okay. So Lee, let me ask you this though. Was Halo a good foster mom too? Because I remember this is why I'm leaning towards Onyx too. First, she's doing stuff outside of there. Also, I remember you told me, Lee, Onyx, I think it was back in 2022. Onyx had puppies with Vlad, and she had puppies with Lucky 7. That was the 2000. That's Indio's year, right? But at one litter that you had, I think it was Miss Bull puppies. She fostered Miss Bull puppies. So that's another level of being a great mother right there, Lee. Won't you agree? Louise? Like, cause you ever have some friends you grow up with and their mom is so cool and nice to you that you start calling her mom? That's kind of like Onyx. Yeah. Onyx get like a double, like, so if Halo a good mom, Onyx a good mom, but Onyx was also fostering kids that's not her own, Lee. That'll put her like a higher level to Halo.
I didn't know
that's
that.
What I'm saying. Yeah. She fostering. That put her on another level too. You know what I'm saying? That put Onyx on another level as far as a good mother. Yeah. But what was you saying though, Luis?
No, I was unaware of that.
Yeah, at least Leah tell you. I forgot which breeding it was. He was like, I think it was Frankie Bump and Miss Bull, and then she started fostering. I was like, Onyx is amazing. That's what made me fall in love with her even more. I was like, man, Onyx is amazing, bro. Because I'd never heard of that before. I'm gonna keep it a being with you. I never heard of another dog fostering and treating other puppies that's not theirs like their own. I never. That was my first time. I was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? I was like, wow. Oh. That was like, wow, yeah. But that's gonna be a fun debate.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Halo versus Onyx
tomorrow, yeah. So Bert Sorrells definitely did line breeding, just like at the past for dogs like STP, Boomerang, Bull Red Jerry. Yeah. Can you even have a consistent? See, I don't know. Do you have any like people that you know that has herders like Malinois breeders? Or you got any people that does that?
Yeah.
So how do they line breed on there, or do they mainly just outcross because it's so many? How is it work in the Malinois world?
I haven't really paid attention how they I guess it's bred to performer. I mean, that's how I would do it.
So it'll be mainly out. So they can afford to do more outcrosses because they got more. What's the word?
Title, because
they got more variety of Americans. Belgian Malinois. You know what I'm trying to say. They got more Belgian Malinois, so they can afford to outcross more because they got a consistent amount of litters. Y'all know what yeah.
It's a very loosely line bred pool of genes, if you want to call it that, where there's not much variation. I mean, they got it down. The Mali is.
Yeah, the Mali. So if you was trying to bring a Mali, you just do performance based, and they don't have to be related. But a lot of times they might be related. Say, I don't know. I'm gonna reach out to somebody because that's curious to me. I'm certain that they probably do more outcrossing than.
There's gotta be lines that are more tightly line bred than others.
Well, I don't know, because pit bulls it's a lot of pit bulls in the world, but they be line breeding a lot too, though. So I'm sure it's probably the same. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anything else? I put the number up there. Let me put your number up there again, so people can see how to reach out to you. It's 575-200-8177.
Correct.
And you should have at least one male and one female.
2 females. I got 2 females, 1 male.
So you got 3 puppies. Okay, you got 2 females and 1 male left.
Yep.
He said how many dogs you got on your yard, Luis?
How many dogs?
Yeah.
Well, right now, my producer is Karma. I got one of her offspring, Torito,
Yeah.
and then Indio.
In India. So you only got 3 right now, and then
3. I lost Petra, man, 2 weeks ago.
Pedro. Oh wow.
Passed away.
Oh, he just
Old age.
oh wow. Okay. Wow.
She had a,
Okay.
but very peaceful, but she had a good run.
How low was she?
She was 11 onto 12, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
She had just turned 12 years old.
And she was out of who again?
Preacher Man and Blue Moon.
Oh, okay.
Not Blue Jean, Blue Moon.
Blue Moon and Preacher Man.
Very mastiffy, very mastiff type.
Oh, that was her personality. Like, did she get along with Karma, her cousin?
No, no, they would fight all the time.
Karma don't get along with nobody, bro. Karma don't get along with nobody, bro.
No, man, she got
funny.
pretty much every dog.
It's funny you said that, but she's a real good mother, though. That's amazing. Like, she know the assignment. Like, if you're not family, F you, but you family, you my kids, I'm gonna take care of you. Yeah. That's funny.
Karma's a great mom. Karma's a great mom too.
You still got the oh yeah, he's actually said so you got those 3 and then the lucky, yeah, Indio, he got that. No, I think the lucky 7 Onyx male is included in the 3. So you got Torito, Karma, and Indio, and then you got the 2 pups you about to have. So you have 5 pups. Do you still have the Frankie Bump Komodo pup pit bull?
No, I never kept him. I just bred to him.
Oh, you just bred to him. You use him as a stud. Okay.
He's a very good example of a pit bull. Smaller dog too, but
oh, he was good.
Yeah, he had really good attributes too. It took 2 of the caretakers to put a leash on him. He don't like being tickled in the neck.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah. Interesting. And what's his name?
I think he went by the name of Snoopy, but never, Patrick and I would refer to him as the fun one.
Oh,
and, and that's what it was, stuck.
For those who wondering, y'all know who Patrick is, pit bull guy, legend in the game. That was his pit bull that's Torito's daddy. It was from Frankie Bump in the famous Komodo litter. I think Lee done that 3. That Frankie Bump Komodo litter is similar to the Justice and Halo litter as far as the amount of times that it was. I'm certain he done that 3 times because you got Banshee and then you got Bokodi, and then I think he done it even the 3rd time to have that one. Yeah.
Well, there was 3 breedings.
I'm certain if Lee listening, I think Frankie Bump the Komodo was done 3 times. Yeah. Yep, because the first one I believe is in 2021 with Banshee, and then Bokodi, and then it was the final one. Yeah. So what's the maximum dogs you plan on keeping, Luis?
Well, right now I think I'm good. I'll probably keep a female. There's a hog hunter that also has a Torito's littermate sister.
Okay.
She's doing really well.
Oh, she's doing really well.
She's gonna get. We're gonna see what she's made up of here pretty soon.
As far as what? Protection?
No, she's gonna be running hogs.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd like to get some feedback on the protection aspect. And there's also another female, local, and she's out of Karma to her grandsire Mango.
Okay.
So more of a mastiffy type. She's a great guard dog. I know she gets in a lot of trouble, so I have my eye on her too.
Oh, okay.
It's all similar blood, or same blood, I'd say. Just older from going back to Mango with Karma, trying to like trap that Mastiff type.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So
I'll be playing with that. I mean, you guys know my plans. And you guys can, talk to me in Facebook or add me, and
Yeah, Luis Armendáriz. I think I got your number. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see something. Let me make sure I got you. There you are on Facebook, Luis on Facebook. That's on Facebook. Cause I don't think you on Instagram.
I just started posting there.
I was looking for, because I was going to post a thing. Yeah.
I don't know if it's Iron Legacy or Luis Armendáriz.
Put your phone number up there. He said 575
200 8177.
Okay. Let me see. Sometimes the numbers pop up. Yeah, there we go. That's it. That's his information right there. Make sure y'all hit him up on hit him up on the Facebook. So Banshee and Brianna Turf. Yeah, I remember Brianna Turf. That was 2021. So you done him twice or you done him 3 times? I thought you done him 3 times, Lee. I know it was at least 2 because of Bacody. Did you do him a final 3rd time? But okay, you also sold Bacody, yeah. So you only done that breeding twice. But you did take Banshee to Frankie though. I do see that one. Frankie, yeah. To Banshee. I think ain't you gonna take Boomer to Banshee? That'd be nice too. Boomer to Banshee. Because I already know somebody that's that want one of those.
Yeah, that's a old pit.
Yeah, because I remember 3rd time. I think you did do 3rd. It was in demand, yeah. I think it was 3 times. Yeah. So shout out to that breeding right there. That's that Komodo. And that fuses the Lucky 7 with the Frankie. You know what I mean? How many did he say he was gonna max? Oh yeah, he did. He's want to know. He said how many dogs you gonna max out at?
You know what? I don't think I'll have more than 6, 7 dogs in it. But right now, I gotta pick my newcomers. My Karma replacement, and at least 2 good males.
So are you gonna get some outside blood though? Or are you gonna get are you gonna bring something in, or what's going on?
No, not right now. I don't need outside blood yet. Eventually I will, but not in the near future. I'm gonna keep only 2 males, the best 2. From Indio, Torito, and maybe the newcomer, the new male, maybe. If I were to keep a 3rd male, one's gonna have to go. I'm in more need of females.
You need more females. How old is Karma?
She's 7, 8 years old.
She was born in
2000. She's 7 years ook.
Oh, okay. So she's 7, lucky 7. Shout out to Leon. Leon got his Sentinel Leaf. I haven't seen it done with some of the best males. I was told you can lay the foundation up until about 8 months, then stop. I don't think you can do real civil work with your own dog, but I would do my own prey work. Yeah. There's people out there really that be doing their own civil work. It was a guy, man. I was like, bro, he had his own suit on. It was like he was.
Well, in the sports arena, I mean, I think that's pretty common. You send your dog away and then you call him to bite you or something and make it look good.
It was funny to see. It was so funny to see. He had his suit. He was like, he was making all the noises and everything.
Point for trying.
I'm like, bro, this guy. Let's go pay some. Come on, bro. Let's go on, man. Just get
Thinking
somebody else.
outside the box.
Yeah, it's so funny doing your own dog. And he's like, it's just so funny to see, man. He was like, you know how they place their arms to divide them on the thing? And he was confident too. I mean, damn, I want to see that one. But yeah, you can do pray word. But anything else you wanted to add that we might have missed? Do you plan on doing any more tricks to bring out their personality? Like you do the vacuum cleaner. What else you doing?
Yeah, I've been playing with the water hose. I'm gonna start playing with the air compressor a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then the pressure washer. And I mean that's just more fun, you know. For they're gonna be running, laps too. I can't wait to start doing that because I need to move around a bit too.
Right.
I'm gonna have them swim, and little test at a time. Feeding times are gonna be a little bit loud with the plates, get them excited, and so I'm gonna work with their noise, exposure to noise,
Right.
and we'll see how it goes with they're only 4 weeks, but time flies.
They probably about to be they 5 weeks Wednesday, right?
Gonna be 5 weeks. That's right.
Yeah, so basically they really 5 weeks. So I mean, they got like 3 weeks before they go. So maybe 21 days they be going to their new peoples. So that's almost time.
Soon.
So I'm sure they're gonna be doing it. Oh yeah, so for those, make sure y'all check out the interview part 1. This is part 2, the extension of part 1. Make sure y'all check that one out. So what do you feed your dog? What are you feeding your dogs? Because like I said, homeboy is like, I know you said he's just a self he gets in shape by himself, but what are you feeding your dogs?
Right. Okay, full transparency, it's hard times right now. So I had to downscale a little bit with the cheaper Tractor Supply stuff.
Okay.
I use what's it called? The Retriever and Diamond.
Value Pat?
Yeah, I'm using less of it. What's the Sport Mix?
Okay.
That one works really good for me, or works well. But I also, mix it with I use olive oil. I use a lot of eggs.
That's him right there, y'all. That's Indy. I see what you mean, though. Yeah,
he's idiotic, man. He's
That's Hair Trigger brother, y'all. Indio. That boy stay active, boy.
Ya. Hijo de la chingada.
He got a lot of energy, boy.
Yeah, it's ours, man. When he took all those trees out.
Oh, he did?
All of them.
Wow. That boy was determined.
Yeah, I had to change his spot too because I was afraid he was gonna hang himself.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. That boy is Indio is yeah, Indio ain't playing.
Yeah,
So you
that's
said
like 90 pounds right there, hanging.
Lee says you need a female down from the Frankie bump blood.
Frankie Onyx, maybe that
A female
Nova.
Frankie bump blood. Oh yeah, he said hair trigger. Yeah, okay, that must be the thing. He said you need a female down from the Frankie bump blood to take back to your Onyx combinations. Hair trigger's just like that. Yeah, he is loco, bro. He keep going though. They do pass those traits down. Trust me, I know. Like, yeah.
He was fighting the chain at first, and yeah, he broke some of his canines.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
but that same energy like you said, can be transferred to other stuff. Protection work.
Yes, and like I said, I think a lot of those good traits go hand on hand with others, and it's hard to like separate certain things. Um, like maybe that crazy drive might not be able to be translated solo to the civil aspect. It might come with some other things.
Because a dog don't necessarily have to be super civil to still do personal protection. They might not be a guardian and sentry dog, but personal protection, you can still do personal protection without being super civil. We see that all the time.
Yeah, but at the very end, the goal is I don't want to train my dog to be a personal protect. I want him to be born like that, and maybe just sharpen and channelize some of those extra.
But don't you have to put the work in for certain dogs, or you just want to?
For certain, Karma. She's a natural. I got some videos.
Some dogs, maybe you got spoiled though with the Onyx. You think? That's not always the case. That's you kind of got spoiled. Yeah, that's not always the case. You got to put work into these dogs to do the protection.
Yeah, but as a breeder, you want this to be natural.
That's not always like that.
Have you seen those herder dogs that they do their thing without
that's prey. That's like this
genetics
stuff.
Or those
that's not necessarily that's not sentry. That's not sentry guardian work. That's different. Personal protection, and they can might do the personal protection, but they're not going to guard your property in a sense.
Oh,
if you're not around, you get what I'm saying?
Oh, they will guard if I'm not around.
No, I'm talking about, you said herders.
Oh, yeah, that was just an example, like their natural ability
example, but that doesn't mean that they can guard your property.
Right.
So if you want guardian, I see it, but personal protection, that's why I'm saying that it is a possibility that you can still do personal protection with them.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So you can transfer those things.
Yep.
For that one, you don't necessarily might not be a guard dog for your business, but if you're around and somebody come around and you get them, they'll do it.
That's a
so gotcha. That's personal protection and guardian sentry. Okay, justice through that natural aggression. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got double Onyx, then you definitely got double justice in this litter too. Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's see how those temperaments turn out.
They look.
It might be a whole bunch of different combinations, or it might be, two types, or maybe all in betweens.
Let's look at some more India. Mm-hmm. He got a nice size too. Look like he got crazy stamina too.
That's when I just got him. He was a little bit heavier.
Yeah, you just got him. He's more than fine now, yeah.
Quieto, cabrón, quieto. Good boy. Así es. Muy bien.
He was friendly and all, but if you will get a hold of your shoelace or your sleeve or loose piece of shirt,
yeah.
Well, that's the end of the shirt. Yeah, he got me a couple times like that. Not that he was trying to be malicious, but he couldn't resist.
We all like that. We all like the that's one thing we all love that natural civil aggression. That's what I always see for me too. Mm-hmm. Me too, but that's what I'm just learning, that if you happen not to get a dog that's naturally civil aggressive, but they got crazy prey drive, they got the animal aggression to do predator defense, especially where you at, like you say, you got coyotes, you got certain things coming along, they could do predator defense. And if you really tap into them, you can still do the protection work as well. Because like I said, you don't got to be super civil, because if a person was super civil, they ain't gonna, a lot of the Malinois and Shepherds, other people be petting them. You know what I'm saying? If other people petting your dog, then you usually ain't gonna be,
See, that's a different topic right there. Mallies do better when they get transferred to a different handler.
Mm-hmm.
Not these dogs.
What you mean? Go ahead and explain.
Say I could buy somebody's champion Mally and probably send them to do catch work, and he'll listen to me, and it's an easy. Different handlers can use the dog, and that's why they use them with the police, I assume, because different police officers might use the dog, or maybe, but not with the band dogs. You're pretty much stuck with that dog. You see where I'm coming from? Especially those civil dogs.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's gonna handle Karma as a handler.
Not right now.
No, it'll take a lot of time to where if it were a Mally, it'd be a lot easier, that transfer or that expectation.
I'm gonna have to interview a Mally breeder because I don't know, like, do they be civil or does just spray drive, or they just don't like strangers? I'm trying to see. Like, I don't know. Have you ever had a Mally? I don't know.
I've worked with some. They're just very easy to. I understand why a lot of trainers prefer Mallies. I mean, it's easier to get flying results in terms of getting things done. But that extra edge, that extra
guard dog, like
the
work.
Yeah. And they're very prey driven. At least the ones that I've dealt with, very prey driven. And there's been some very civil too.
Oh, you have some civil,
different type.
Okay, so that's what if I was to get one. Yeah, I like this. I like the people. Yeah. Oh, okay. So Malinois are definitely easier to transfer to new owners, but not necessarily the case. But yeah, okay. I heard
generalizing, not always, but
yeah, we know it's not like 100%, but generally. So, because German Shepherds don't necessarily have to, yeah. So, what's your thoughts on pit bulls as just regular?
Pit bulls as just regular.
Yeah, are you considering adding the straight pit bulls? Because I know you use them as a stud.
I mean, I do like them. I like them, but they're not my final objective. You know what I'm saying? The people has a lot of attributes that are very desirable in the band dog.
What about a civil pit bull?
Oh, they are nice.
So why don't you get a civil pit bull?
Well, didn't we see the video of Lee's dog? What was it? A Banshee or which one was it?
Earlier?
No, was it Wild Thing?
Wild Thing, yeah, Wild Thing. Bam,
I
bam.
think she's excellent.
Bam, bam. Bam, bam seems civil. Yeah, I think even I think Scarlet. Even Eric Lawton got Rasta. I think her name Rasta. He said she was civil. Yeah. And
but that's not normal. That behavior in pit bulls is not normal.
Lee, that's what Lee was goal was, which is great because I talk to pit bull people like, oh, they wasn't made to do they wasn't made to do man work. They don't like that. They're like, oh, you can't handle it. I was like, do you know how to handle your dog, bro? Like, you should be able to handle your pit bull just because they like. You should be able to handle them at least some. I'm saying you don't got to be perfect. Yeah, Captain Skip. Yeah. Preacher Man Dad. Yeah. So they out there.
That's OG stuff right there.
Nah, it's all good. I know you voice texting. I know you voice texting. Yeah, that's the ultimate thing. Because you're not listening to what you're saying. You're not really caring about size. You just want workability. So a nice civil APBT, I can see with that. A nice civil female APBT.
They're tiny though.
Well, just get a male in.
They're still, I mean,
they not necessarily. 60 pounds? That's not bad. What you think?
Well, for a APBT, I mean, that's pretty awesome, right? But if you want the real thing, protection, you need those 75 pounds, 80 pounds.
Like Lucky 7 was like 70. And Lucky 7 was working. I don't know if he was super civil, but he still was working. So maybe you'll get a Lucky 7 size APBT that's civil. That'd be crazy, right? That's how
the scratches, right? Those what are those newer dogs that Lee bred that are not that big?
Oh, you talking about Slam and Banshee? They was like mostly pit bull, but they wasn't all way pit bull.
But they're civil too.
Yeah, because my man Aaron has Ninja, yeah. And that's Kimura's sister. I mean Kimura brother, yeah. But I think Chief was a beast though. That's the one like Chief. Let me see if Chief can come up. This is an older picture.
It's an older one, Chief.
Yeah. But it just all goes on a line, you know what I'm saying? Because Chief might be
None of it, right?
You know what? Oh, okay. You know what? Just thinking about it though, Luis. Chief is in your blood because Chief come from Wrecker. Wrecker and Piggy made Widow. Yeah, so you got the Chief blood. So you never know. Like, yeah.
Wait, what? Chief was out of None of It. It's a type breeding, if I remember correctly. That he's out of from two siblings.
So Chief was out of Captain Skip and Snaps, straight pit bull, and Boss was out of
Boss. I'm thinking of Boss.
I'm thinking of Boss, but Chief was his daddy.
Okay.
So Chief, I think Chief to Bandit made Boss.
And you're going like 20 years back.
yeah. But Chief was the pit bull that was like 80-some pounds. He was bad, bro. I was like, whoa, he was bigger than Lucky 7. Boy, he was nice, bro.
I can't remember.
We already told the story on that one, but your dogs got the Chief blood. I know it's way back, but it is nice to know, like, you know what I mean? You got that 2 times because Onyx got it through Wrecker and her mom. Let me see, Wrecker and Tiggy made Widow with Justice. Yeah, so you got this Silver Souls blood, yeah.
From Lynn, I think what's over Widow? Lynn?
Widow, Tiggy, which is Justice's litter mate.
And then line up off, I think, or Tig.
Now I don't that's my limit right there. I don't anything behind that one, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Tiggy.
Quality game breds, pit bulls range from 30 to 50 when conditioned, seldom bigger if legitimate in their shape. Lucky 7 was 6'4", 60 in these shapes, 78 2, he was fat. But as rare condition hard, he would be 55. Okay. What about Chief though? Chief
he seemed like a Chief.
Chief was in shape though.
It was that light fawn dog that I'm thinking about. I get him confused. Chief and Boss. And the way they were bred. One was out of None of It bred back to her litter mate.
Oh, okay. I don't know about that one.
And they were bred too tight.
You said, in my opinion, American Sentinel in great shape should be twice as big as the average pit bull. Take 30, 50 times 2, 60 to 100 pounds for Sentinels in shape. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, though. That extra size, but still have those qualities right there. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to you gotta come off. Once they get a couple of months old, you got to, of course, I'm going to be staying in touch with you offline. And we put the number up there for people that's interested in the first ever Onyx breeding with Iron Legacy. My man D Gonzo got his puppy. He said he gonna name her Mija.
Yeah.
Mija.
He's the first one to jump in the boat.
Yeah.
I think even before the breeding happened.
Yeah, that's my man, D Gonzo. Yeah. Well, he hooked us up to get the thing. For me to interview you, D Gonzo. Really?
Yeah, he knows everyone.
Yeah, D Gonzo. D Gonzo. Gonzo
The man behind the scenes.
Gonzo know the Sentinels too. Like my level, you see, I go back to like once I cut off at Preacher Man and Blue Jean. That's where I cut off at. And kind of like bossed and none of it and get like kept his he go like way farther, like he go way back because he been following it way longer than me. So it's around. He know like I'm like, okay. So yeah, so it's good to have people around because you forget something. So, but yeah, anything else you want to say as we get out of here, man?
No, nothing that I can think of. Just again, thank you for the space and the time. Always fun.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Do you have any? Do you do any handiwork? What other businesses are you? You look like you know how to like do. You play instruments. You look like you know how to like do other stuff besides. What else you do, man?
No, I used to paint. Drawing, sketching. Most of my free time is going with the dogs or in the outdoors.
Okay. So you know how to paint?
Oil paint, a little bit of acrylic.
Okay.
Clorox on black mat boards, so that'll fade away paint. The more Clorox you put, the whiter it's gonna look. So, so yeah, there's a little bit of the creative side of me, but
you just outdoors. Okay. So we look forward to yeah. He told me you hunt too. Yeah. He be hunting. He always. Man, listen. If you get some of that elk, bro, are you able to freeze it and ship it?
Yeah.
Well, get in the sun. Get into the dog. Get into the food like that. I'll be a customer so fast. You get some of that elk. I'm telling you right now, when you ship it to me, you'll have a customer, and I'll plug you out. And before you know it, stop playing with me, bro.
It's illegal to sell it, but I'll send you some meat.
Oh, it is?
Gift, yeah. That's a gift, though. It's good meat. It's good meat.
I heard it was like, is that considered venison, elk and stuff like that?
Venison is pretty much deer.
Oh, okay.
Elk is in the deer family.
So it is kind of venison, yeah, because it's way more expensive. I tell you that. In the stores, it costs way more expensive than the beef and all that. So,
I didn't know it was on the stores, but
no elk. No, if certain places where you buy food like dog food they sell venison. But it'd be way more expensive than chicken, turkey, and beef. Venison is way more expensive when you buy your raw dog food. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I eat that stuff because cow meat is expensive.
So how does before we get out of it? So how does it work though? You get an elk. What's the average size of an elk?
Lately, I've been shooting those because that's what I've been drawing for. But I would say it's like 3 deer in one.
3 deer. So you got a big freezer. So how does it work, bro? Like you got
Yeah.
I'm from the city, so we don't hunt. So this is all new to me.
Oh,
gotcha. So you got a freezer? Yeah, I don't know how that stuff works. Yeah.
Well, it's all legal, right? You have to apply with the Fish and Game. New Mexico is a draw state, which is like a lottery. If you don't happen to draw, there's also a time period where you can do over-the-counter tags. But there's always rules and regulations and places. Some places are, letting the land rest. Other places have a surplus of, like, say, elk, and that's where the over-the-counter tags, are useful.
So I'm sure your park ranger connections helps you stay. Come on, I'm sure your connections to the park ranger game helps you win the lottery on a regular basis.
I wish it did.
So you happen to always win. Oh, okay, he wins every year.
The bottom feeders, man. But anyways, no, but shooting the animal is, that's where I connect with nature and, finding it. It's cutting it up and getting it out of there, the more difficult part.
Man, if you can, man, I'll pay for some of that. But the thing is, it'd be expensive to ship it. I'm trying to run into some people that get deer meat. You know what I mean?
You gotta look in states like Texas and where they're trying to get rid of deer.
They do it in Georgia, but it's a certain processor, and the people that do it, they be like an hour and a half away or 2 hours. And then I've reached out to one guy. He said get back to him, but I think I'm just gonna have to make a trip if it's gonna be worth it. You know what I mean? If it's gonna end up being cheaper than beef, or maybe around the same size, same price. Because I think the processing, people leave. It's a whole system. I think people leave it at the processor and then they end up selling it, or it's a whole way. It's they got all these rules and stuff. So
yeah, I mean, I do my own stuff. I use, cut it up, debone, and use it with manageable sizes, and I don't use a processor. I do have a little slicer. I don't use the slicer. I cut my own. But if you want to do like the processed meat, the what you call it, like ground meat,
yeah,
then you can start like adding stuff and spices and herbs. But for the dogs, shit, man, if it's for the dogs, roadkill, why not? If it's fresh, shit, it's a good. I mean, I've picked up carcasses too from like elk. I've done it a few times. One time I ran over a deer and I was loading it up, and the fishing game came by and they charged me for the carcass. Like, had to pay them like $10-15 for it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of like if you really think about it, that's kind of like not cool though, because you part of the land.
I know
it's part of the land. Like, where are you making money? It's almost like a scam. Like, how you gonna charge me for living off the land? Like, you living off the land, so you don't want they got all these rules in place. But yeah, so let me ask you this: how did you get in? Who taught you how to hunt, though, bro? Who taught you that?
Oh man, nobody, man. I know my grandfather used to be a hunter, but my dad kind of like didn't fill that gap. He was not interested. So, but as a kid, I started with pigeons and rabbits, and then you just work your way up, if you want to call it that.
I heard rabbit is a good thing to
yeah, it's good meat.
Meat, and I heard you can make more money off of it because they reproduce something. I'll be looking at Facebook. They say they reproduce real fast, and you get a lot, and it's
good quality meat too.
Yeah, over cows, and it goes a long way. Something. I'm just going by what they say on Facebook.
No, you're right about that.
I never had rabbit before, but I'm looking for So if you guys looking at this on the feedback, and you're in the Georgia, Atlanta area, and you have access to some raw meat like deer meat, rabbit meat, make sure you hit me up, jaguarthebandog@gmail.com, because you'll be a client. I will definitely support you and get some of that, for my pups. So yeah, so like I said, final messages, Armendariz.
Nah, thank you everyone for joining, and it's always fun to talk dogs out here.
Yes, sir. We rooting for you though. Me, Lee, we all rooting for you. Want to see you keep doing it. Like I said, you got the first official double Onyx breeding, and we wish you much luck. And
thank you.
Much luck, man. I appreciate you for coming through again.
Well, thanks for the space.
For sure, man. Take it easy.
Have a good night.
Okay, man. Take it easy.